This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Fight Store. Everyone's ran home from the boozer. They're loading up YouTube. They want to see the reaction. You said tomorrow. I said no. I've been on your case for the last half an hour. You've caved in. You're doing a bit with me. Samuel, I thought, I'm going to be honest, props to Usyk. Bad motherfucker, but I thought it was a legal shot.
Um, I'm trying to be less impulsive because I get into trouble. I get into trouble when I spout off stuff. Mate, I just thought the whole fight, listen, Usyk was outboxing Daniel for sure, right? For sure. Um, he was outboxing Daniel. But I just felt Daniel was had a spell where he was growing a little bit. He was getting a bit more confidence because Daniel does struggle with confidence. Like he struggled with the Joyce fight, he struggled in the build-up, he struggles with confidence. But he just had a little spell where he felt a bit of Usyk's power and he thought, oh, I can take this here. And he had a go. And he was landing a few body shots. And each time Usyk was looking at the ref, and the ref was like, are you okay? Like, we asked him, are you okay? These are legal shots. And then Daniel hit him on the waistline. It was effectively he punched him in his stomach,
On the belt,
right?
then, right? Yeah.
On his butt, on the belly, and Usyk was in pain, and he was on the floor. And if Usyk's bollocks are there, then he's a freak of nature. We already know he's a freak of nature, but I'm sorry, his bollocks aren't here. That's not where your bollocks are. Do you know what I mean? So I, I think it was a legal shot, and Daniel Dubois should be heavyweight champion of the world. Now, that being said, Daniel got clipped with a jab, and he took the knee,
Yeah.
and he wanted out of there. I'm not going to say he quit. I'm not going to say his words because I don't like using those words with a fighter because he's far braver than what I'd ever be. Do you know what I mean? Daniel Dubois. He got in the ring, he did that, but he wanted out of there, and I just thought I don't know whether it was exhaustion or whether he was just deflated. But if I'm Team Dubois, I am absolutely fucking raging because I believe he should be heavyweight champion of the world. I think he was. People say, "Oh, if Usyk was counted, he would have got up." No, I think the point is he was hurt, therefore he was on the
Yeah.
floor for. He got 5 minutes to recover. I don't know. Every single time, and also after he got up, the Dubois, you watch it again, he hit him again with a clean body shot. And Usyk was like banging his belt, saying as if it was low, and the referee was falling for it. Usyk played a lot of tricks in there tonight. He's a genius of a boxer. He's a future Hall of Famer, tremendous fighter. But Tyson Fury batters him, in my humble opinion.
Before we go into that, let's talk about that refereeing performance tonight because
Pathetic
in
performance
that
from the.
corner, Lewis Pabon, Alexander Usyk had said to him after 2, 3 minutes, I'm ready to fight. And the referee continued to encourage him to take more time. That's not
Yeah,
what
yeah.
referees are there for. If the fighter says that they're okay to carry on, what did you make of that?
The referee was pathetic refereeing performance. Everything for the champion. And look, I don't think they're going to get anything out the appeal because Usyk was. I've seen some angles say it was like then you see some angles where it's like a clear body shot. Then you some angle, so they're not going to get anywhere with the appeal. Frank Warren will know that deep down. He's been in the game a hell of a long time, so he'll know that. We all want to see the undisputed fight. Daniel Dubois' stock has risen. I know that's what nobody likes to hear because it's like fuck off, stop rising. Like no one cares. He should be heavyweight champion in the world, but it has risen. But I have to be if I'm gonna like call out the body shot, I have to also call out the fact that Daniel Dubois got hit with a flicking jab and he took one knee and he wanted out of there. That's just what happened. So I have to be fair on both sides. But in
Sam,
my
is that a
opinion,
confidence thing? You mentioned before
yeah,
in
100%,
the Joyce fight.
100%. I
You
think
think maybe he's so drained after, a punch that he believed would have landed. Also, by the way, probably important to note that it was actually Dubois' team kicking up the fuss. If you're the fighter there, you should really be like protesting your case,
yeah,
right?
but Daniel's like I'm not saying he's not like an intelligent kid. Do you know what I mean? But like Daniel's just like he's just think fight's over. I want to go back and play on my PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That Daniel's not that type of. He's just not that way inclined. He's not going to stand there kicking and screaming. He'll leave that to his coach. I mean, whoever sits on the plane home with Don Charles, I feel very sorry for them because, mate, there's a high possibility someone's getting strangled on that plane. So, no, but listen, rightfully so. I think Don Charles deserves some credit tonight because I mean, myself, I didn't really think much to Daniel Dubois going to Don Charles, but fair play to him tonight. Listen, Dubois put up I can't even say a valiant attempt because my opinion, he should be champion. He should be champ. So I don't know, but I'm glad I gave was half an hour from this interview because I'd have said some crazy stuff beforehand. So from now on, we're gonna go like that. I'm not giving no more too many more impulsive interviews straight after incidents happened.
Look, you mentioned Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
It's the fight that we all want.
yeah, 100%.
Do you think actually? Sorry, do you
100% now? 100%
now? Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because Tyson would have thought, but Tyson would have looked at that and thought, mate, I will beat you easy. Too big, too long, just too, just too big. Do you know what I mean? That like Tyson Fury is a tremendous body puncher as well. Tyson Fury will look at that fight and just think, let's get this fight on ASAP. Hopefully, the fight off with Ngannou and just go straight into it.
Now that would be
Ngannou can fight the winner.
What's next for Dubois? Dubois is young.
There's loads of good
would
fights.
It be nice to see him sort of, rather than going from your Trevor Bryans to your Usyks, now maybe have a gradual rebuild?
I said this from when Dubois lost to Joyce. Dubois needs to take a few steps back to come a few steps forward. He doesn't need to go in and by giving him that WBA #1 belt, by beating that ridiculous champion in that gymnasium that event that Don King put on in that circus gymnasium, whatever it was. Mate, it was the worst. It was the worst I've ever what was the guy's name?
Real level.
Trevor Bryan, awful, mate, absolutely awful. But by doing that and giving him that belt, it puts on unnecessary pressure on Daniel. Do you know what I mean? And Daniel doesn't handle pressure well. Like he doesn't. He doesn't. I mean, he did well tonight. He really did do well tonight. But like you can see just like how uncomfortable he is. He just looks uncomfortable. Everything's forced. Like even his ring walk. Like I know he looked like he was singing, but for me it looked forced. I don't know what you do, but I just think you should. Again, I'll say it again. If Daniel wants to continue, like he needs to. He's only young. Jeremy, he's 25. Go and fight at domestic level. Go and fight domestic level, and then, or like even some of these European, go and win a European title. Don't just rush him straight back in there and put him in there with, some Russian, that big Russian or something like Mogmet, whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is, but or a Hergovich. Keep him away from all these people for a bit. Let him have 2 or 3 fights, some serious confidence builders. And then listen, who knows? Daniel's got the power to hurt anybody, but it's not a good sign. The ending of the fight again. It will be. It's been over. Not many people spoke about it because of what the controversy is, what had happened, but the facts do remain. He did get clipped with a little jab, and I shouldn't say a little jab.
Do you think he was up on 10 or? I mean,
Me personally,
to be fair, you got to leave it. You got to be up by the middle, right, in that position.
From when Usyk put him down the first time, the signals weren't good for me. From what? Listen, I'm not no psychologist. I'm not no I don't like his demeanor, but he didn't look like he wanted to. He just if the referee would have pulled him out, he wouldn't have complained. Do you understand what I mean? Or if Don Charles would have chucked the towel in, you wouldn't have seen no complaints from Daniel Dubois. That's just my opinion. But yeah, so should Daniel Dubois be heavyweight champion? A lot of people will say yes. Some people will say no. But did he take a knee after getting jabbed again? and yeah, it's another weird night in
It's
boxing.
weird.
I
Yeah.
just want one normal week of boxing where there's no controversy. I mean, I'll just give you my honest opinion. That's what I thought. I could be wrong because listen, a lot of people are saying it was a low blow, but then there's a lot of people I respect in boxing saying it wasn't a low blow. So who knows? Nothing will come from it. Let's see the undisputed fight because every other fight, let's be honest, no one gives a shit about. Let's see Joshua Wilder, Tyson Fury, Usyk, and that's it. Job done.
Sam,
Boom.
last thing from me.
Oh, come on,
Last thing
Parsons.
from me. What stain does something like this leave on the sport? I was speaking to some mates last night, proper casual boxing fans. They're frustrated by some of the sort of events that go on at the minute. And as much as we love the sport and we back it to the gills, you get the frustrations. They see stuff like this and then they argue the same
We're
thing.
frustrated. Your casual fan who likes boxing, doesn't like watch it every week, but wants to see the big fights, that'll pay the pay-per-view money to see these fights. If they're frustrated, if we're frustrated, then the fans are
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
frustrated.
yeah.
Like, we just got to be honest. Like, we want to see these. Listen, that was a good fight tonight. That was a good fight. It was more than a decent watch. But we want to see the best fight, the best. Wilder, AJ, Tyson Fury, Usyk. Nothing else. Like, we don't as fans, as boxing fans, we don't really care for. Do you know what I mean? We didn't want to see Hellenius fight Joshua last week. We didn't
Yeah.
even listen. Dillian White, JJ, that was a great fight, but we wanted to see Wilder, AJ. Want to see Fury, Usyk. But yeah, I don't want to keep repeating myself because
No.
people have pulled me up from it and start fat shaming me.
Look, you mentioned Hellenius. We ain't going to go into it now for another time. Sam, always a pleasure. It is midnight. I'm yawning. I want to get to bed. I've got a big day tomorrow. I'm sure you do as well. We're going to get this up now, and I am sure we will speak very soon, mate. Thank you for your time.